My name is Satu, and I am a Talk to the Entities Facilitator, meaning I teach classes and sessions using the tools of Talk to the Entities, which, as you might guess from the name, deals with spirit world and awareness in regards to that. And how did I become this thing that is maybe not the most common career choice that people make? As a kid and growing up and a teenager, I never thought that I was aware of entities. I wasn't like talking to ghosts or anything like that. I was just like, "Ah, whatever, I don't know. It wasn't a thing that I was particularly interested in either. And then I was maybe 22 or something like that. I went to an Access Consciousness Foundation class. One of the topics there was entities. And that created such a big change for me, and so many things clicked in my world that I would have never considered. And it also helped my body so much that I got interested. Like, what is this thing? Like, is this something like, can I, And I ended up participating in a 2.5 day talk to the entities class, and I found out that I actually have always been aware of entities. I just didn't realize that. And this most likely applies to you too. You might know that you're aware of entities, or you might be like, nah, I don't. But it is actually a natural capacity. It is not something that you have to learn from outside of you. You can get better at it, and you have been suppressing it basically. So you can unsuppress it, if that's a word. Anyways, so fast forward, after this talk to these classes, I thought that, maybe someday I will be teaching these workshops myself. Who knows? We'll see. And I didn't really put much thought into it. Then I became an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. And it was maybe a month after that, I was just sitting in front of my computer working on some things. And suddenly I sensed this massive presence behind me. And all I could hear was become talk to the entities facilitator. Very demanding. Not like angry or aggressive, but demanding. And it was impossible to ignore that. I was like, okay, like let me look into it. Let me see, what does it take? What do I have to do to become one? And I noticed that the next facilitator training was only a few months away. And there were a lot of prerequisites that I had to do before that. And there was all kinds of things, schedule clashes and stuff. And I was like, well, maybe next year. No, now. This is what I could perceive from all these beings behind me. I couldn't really, like, I didn't know exactly who it was, but they were entities. If that wasn't clear yet, there was a lot of entities who were literally standing behind my back, and like they wouldn't let me back down, quite literally. And I was like, okay, like goodness, like if it is that important to do it right now, I will do it now, but can you all please contribute? I asked for their contribution because if they wanted it so badly, then, please assist. And boy, did they assist me. There were so many things in the way. I had to create quite a lot of money to participate in the class and go through all the prerequisite classes and materials. And there were literally like schedule clashes and all kinds of things. And they assisted me through the whole process. They helped me make it happen. I had to make a choice too, and I had to say yes and continuously say yes and look at what do I have to choose. But they also were supporting me so much that it was almost like having somebody literally, physically having your back, always there supporting me so that I couldn't really you know, go away from this energy. I mean, I could have if I really wanted to, but I just also had that. It was also light for me. That's why I said yes. If it had been very like heavy and weird and twisted, I would not have said yes. One of the things I have learned is that if things work with ease, that's light, that's true for you. So in this case, as there were like literally so many things that were true, but they all just worked so easily that I had a sense like I'm going in the right direction. And this is also one of the huge things that I have learned from being a Talk to the Entities facilitator, that we don't have to do everything or anything alone unless we insist on it. There are beings who are looking to create with you, literally with you. They don't want anyone else, they want you. And they wait for you to choose. They won't be forcing you. They might be demanding, but even then you can say no if you don't want it. Maybe you have been saying no. Maybe they have been asking you for a long time and you have said no. What would it be like if you said yes to everything that wishes to support you becoming greater? And this is something that I have had to choose also, to be greater so that I can be supported in this way. So this is my story of how I became a Talk to the Entities facilitator in 2019 and have been facilitating these classes ever since. And it has been my absolute privilege and honor to do so. If you are interested in Talk to the Entities, please check the website, talktotheentities.com. Check out some classes, book a session, read some books. What else is possible for you that you haven't considered? What else is possible for you if you don't have to do it alone?